Men want to be happy with a woman who is happy with how he is, not with a woman who wants him to be someone else, and who will constantly want to change him because she doesn't like the way he is. Men do not care about how much money you make or what is your profession. Men go overseas searching for women with traditional values easier to live with, a partner for life, not a competitor. Women should take note. The culture of Asian women is at the top of the list of what every top-tier man wants. Beautiful, submissive, feminine, kind, nurturing. It's for their traditional values as to why men are going overseas. It's absolutely insane that women think they can act all promiscuously until they're 30 or older, reject or manipulate all the decent guys they meet along the way, and then suddenly settle down with a nice guy who is stable, responsible, and has a good character. Like you just gave away your best years, girl. And now you want someone to pick up the pieces, support you, and deal with your baggage. What reason exactly would a guy have to do that? Before calling other women doormats, as American women do with Eastern women, know that these husbands want their wives to take it easy with house chores, get lots of rest and food during pregnancy, go out and have fun with their friends. Ask wives to rely on them completely and make sure they never worry about money, etc. So, do not think anything he told her to do is anything negative. It's empowering. The problem with American women is that they consider submission as a weakness and always feel like they have to speak their minds, not realizing that submission and humbleness actually take more strength than running your mouth all the time. Women have totally forgotten what a relationship is. And worse, they still think they are the ones that define it. If they're not attuned to the man, there is no relationship, no matter what she thinks, wants, feels, or expects. So strange that women are agreeable with friends, at work, and with their kids. But they have decided that being nice, friendly, and cooperative, and supportive of a man whom they're going to build a life and family with is just something they won't do anymore. Why? I blame feminism for that. There's no doubt that when men and women from around the world find Western partners and move to Western countries benefit economically. After making the move, they're immediately surrounded by more opportunities, better quality food, a better environment, and usually lesser crime levels. They also start to earn more than they would back in their home countries. I have known many examples of people who partnered with people just because they could migrate to better countries. I know of obese white women marrying an African male who could then stay in America. They're both getting some benefits. The obese woman gets to have intense physical experiences with the black man that she otherwise would never have experienced. The black man gets to live in America and have a chance at prosperity, better opportunities, and a chance to bring his whole extended family out of poverty. However, there's always a downside to this as well. The men and women from Western countries who choose to find foreign partners and bring them back home are usually shunned by their social circles. They risk losing their chances at having partners of their own backgrounds and end up with people who have a different way of thinking. Western women now want more dominating men since Western men have been cultured by the womanist movement and hence have become more feminized. They want power and control of their men's lives, but still want the man to look more masculine. It's also about personal choices. Dominant women can also go to other countries to find more submissive men and end up only finding more masculine ones. In that case, they don't really get to be with any men at all. Because for men, financial success isn't as important as their personal respect and need for authority. The gender marketplace is also variable in this regard. For example, an average-looking Western moving who goes to a country like Japan will not get the expected attention from the men. Because for the men, the above-average Japanese woman will still be more attractive. However, an average-looking Western man who goes to Japan will find the best-looking Japanese woman to want them. The reason for this is the perception of gender and power in both countries. For Japanese women, the American man means a new life and a new world where they can happily be submissive and enjoy prosperity. For the Japanese man, an American woman who is dominant is not enticing enough. The man might enjoy physical intimacy, but he won't become submissive to her and go against his male nature. A lot of other factors are at play here. Income, age, skin color, and beauty are all contributing factors to how gender roles play in certain countries. Over the last 50 years, we've seen a major shift in the way gender roles have been perceived. And very few people truly understand what each gender is naturally supposed to play for a meaningful, balanced life. With so many people confused about what they're supposed to do, ideologies such as those of the modern woman are bound to cause chaos in the natural order of how life was meant to be lived peacefully. For example, being chivalrous was meant to be a good thing. In corporate America, a business leader who used to open doors for his employees, men or women, used to command respect. Now it's just lost its meaning and impresses no one, at least in the United States. It may still be counted as chivalry in foreign countries, where people still have some sense of traditional gender roles. Dating, or what it used to be, is dead. It's all about who can provide, and for what. For example, the rise of these sugar daddy apps has only spoiled the dating marketplace even more. It just certifies what we're talking about, and banks on the new roles defined by modern women who only date so that they can get what they want without any commitment, and the guy can spend on her for a half-meant, half-serious interaction. The relationships now have become completely transactional. Give or take. Barter. There's just so much that men have to do and be in order to complete the checkmark for women. Tall, good-looking, have the right category of vehicle, bank balance, funny, more successful than other men, and the list goes on. All of this can only get you a seat at the dating table. One thing goes wrong, and you're out. Women don't need men's help one day until they need all our help because we're supposed to provide for them. This varies from woman to woman, so it can get tricky for men to understand the dynamics. Men are constantly facing mind games to prove their worth to women, just so they can take a ride with successful men and then dump them off for another. However, there are men who understand this, but most don't. Men who go abroad seem to have a better chance of winning this game because financially unstable women don't have the luxury to play these games. It's very important to understand that women in foreign countries aren't playing these games as much because their circumstances don't allow them to. The moment they're in a developed country, their thinking starts to change. Just be warned. I can see that Western civilization is disoriented and perplexed. There is no longer any idea of a family, hence the family unit has been shattered. I mean, the divorce rate in Canada is something over 60%. I'm not blaming the genders here. I'd hold the lack of family culture in our society responsible. For what it's worth, instead of yelling and screaming at them like the woman in the video's opening scene, women in the West need to take action and consider why more and more men are emigrating to countries with more traditional societies and women. Women need to understand that guys will search all around the world for someone they like. Therefore, if they continue to mistreat and ignore men, it will just drive more of them away. This is why men are checking out abroad and finding happier women for marriage. That's a fact. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.